When Beatrix Potter wrote a picture letter to Noel Moore, the son of her former governess, little did she know that her art would one day be famous worldwide. I don't know what to write to you, so I shall tell you a story about 4 little rabbits, whose names were Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. The letter was kept safe by the Moore family, along with other illustrated letters. A few years later, Beatrix borrowed the letters back so she could make a book. Her manuscript was rejected by 6 publishers, so in 1901 Beatrix Potter published The Tale of Peter Rabbit herself in black and white. Frederick Warne and Company became interested in the little book and asked Beatrix if she could color the illustrations, and so she did. The Tale of Peter Rabbit was published by Frederick Warne and Company in 1902 and has never been out of print since then. Beatrix was very keen on the size of the book, so little children were able to read the book themselves and afford to buy it. That's why the original illustrations are very small. In those days, there were no computers to enlarge or reduce the artwork. If you are lucky enough to view the original artwork for Beatrix Potter's book, you will see how detailed it is. Other tales followed, and other countries became interested in translating the little books. The first official translation was into Dutch. In 1912, Nijg en van Ditmar published 2 tales, Het verhaal van Pieter Langoor and Het verhaal van Kwakkel Waggeleend, known as Peter Rabbit and Jemima Puddleduck. Soon other language followed, but they all used Beatrix Potter's beautiful artwork in the little books. Even in countries where they are not familiar with the English countryside and the animals Beatrix Potter drew, you might find a translation, such as Iceland, Nepal, or South Africa, for example. Sometimes a translation of the Beatrix Potter tales can be used to help to preserve a language, like Frisian or South African. In the Netherlands, we speak 2 languages and some dialects, Dutch and Frisian, known as West Frisian outside the Netherlands, to distinguish it from the other closely related Frisian languages, Sutherland Frisian and North Frisian, which are spoken in Germany. West Frisian is known and spoken only by the people who live in the province of Friesland in the north of the Netherlands. It is necessary to conserve this unique language, and the Frisian Education Committee in 1993 made translations of Peter Rabbit and Benjamin Bunny. New translations of the famous tale of Beatrix Potter are still being made. Recent editions are the Tale of Peter Rabbit in Western and Eastern Armenian and in Klingon. And Beatrix Potter's artwork is still loved worldwide even over 120 years later.